One of the aims of India's Mars orbiter mission or Mangalyaan is to find out how light hydrogen and heavy hydrogen is distributed in the atmosphere of Mars. There is a very special instrument called the Lyman Alpha Photometer. And the person who has developed is Dr. Viswanathan. He works in Bangalore and has made this instrument. Dr. Viswanathan, what does this special instrument which we are flying on the Mars orbiter mission do and how will it work?
Yeah, this instrument is primarily dedicated to determine the isotope ratio, namely the deuterium to hydrogen.
Deuterium meaning the heavy hydrogen, and hydrogen is the lighter.
Exactly. So it helps to determine the ratio of the density of deuterium to hydrogen in the upper atmosphere of Mars.
By knowing that, how does it help? Whatever be the ratio, how does it matter to anybody in India?
No, it helps in determining the escape process of atmosphere, and also it will help to determine the evolution of atmosphere in Mars.
Meaning, once the atmosphere of Mars was thicker than what it is just now, so why it became thin, and why it is so thin just now, and how it is escaping, is this what your instrument will tell?
Exactly. This is what our instrument will help, because the instrument, this kind of a study was done quite a long back, and no present data is available to know about it. So if data is being generated, it will help to know how the evolution of atmosphere in Mars has occurred.
What hydrogen and heavy hydrogen, when you speak about, it immediately brings into the mind water. So will your instrument also be looking or searching for water on Mars?
Yeah, this is of course one of the other activities that we have to focus on. The primary objective is to determine the density ratio. Beyond that, it gives some information about the escape process of water also.
But it will not detect water in a way directly?
No, not directly.
So whether there is liquid water or water in the form of ice on Mars, you will not be able to tell from the Lyman Alpha Photometer?
It will not. It will only tell the dissociation of hydrogen and deuterium in the atmosphere. And so that way we can see whether there has been more dissociation of hydrogen and deuterium from the water molecules.
So will there be any things which you learn on the heavy hydrogen and light hydrogen ratios which can be applied to what is happening on the Earth by way of climate change studies, etc.?
Not exactly, but in that direction we can work. Of course, I don't want to do.
But is the atmosphere very thin on Mars?
Yes, exactly. Atmosphere is very thin compared to the Earth, so it has lost more of atmosphere density, and so there is a. It is thin. It is thinner because of the constant interaction with the solar radiation, and there is hardly any magnetic field. So there is a direct interaction of solar radiation with the atmosphere. So thereby the escape process is more rapid than Earth.
Have you given your best to this instrument, or could you have done better?
No, we are doing better. I hope we have done to the best of our abilities within the given time schedule, and definitely we can learn more meaningful science from this payload instrument.
So that was Dr. Viswanathan telling us that the Lyman Alpha Photometer, which will look at the heavy hydrogen to light hydrogen ratios in the thin atmosphere of Mars, would give some interesting results, and that he has given his very best in the making of this instrument. With camera person Alphonse in Bangalore, Pallav Bagla for NDTV.